Yeah, I think so.
What work do you guys see ahead of you after Agora is released? Obviously, you need to keep up the content creation, but with game creation more or less finished, what game-related work do you guys think you'll have?
One thing I want
this one out
immediately off the bat, like, give Mike Marcus some props on is that he's treating content creation as a first and foremost priority.
Anthony will be happy about that one. I mean, I'm not gonna say Anthony loves making content, but he's definitely good at it.
No, I think content creation, I think putting out content regularly is going to, over the course of time, be just as important as putting out good games, I guess so let me put it that way. Anyway, backing up, what work do you guys see ahead of you after Agora's published? So the way that Marcus asked this, I think I would say
he said game-related work.
Yeah, I think the way his whole question is worded is as if from his perspective, Agora's published and game-related work is seemingly over, and you're just doing content creation. What else are you doing? Right?
Yeah. So, well, what game-related work will we be doing? Yeah.
Or yeah, it's as almost as if he thinks there will not be any.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. So,
like that's a possibility.
Yeah, and I guess for Agora, the game we will release, barring some sort of major bug or like issue with the game, I think in general most of the work on that specific product will likely be done. I don't know how you feel, but I think that's probably true.
From a DLC or not perspective, is that kind of?
I mean, unless I think there's a possibility for DLC, but we would probably wait to see how it's received before we made a decision like that immediately.
Yeah, I would say the way I would word it right now, we do not have any plans to withhold content for DLC from the Agora launch. Agora will be launching with all the goodness content we can muster, and any like DLC content would be something we chose to
fresh
develop
off the presses
after the fact. Yeah,
exactly.
After release.
So actually, what we would want to start working on right after would be, hopefully,
an Agora sequel.
Yep, the Agora sequel,
yes.
And any follow-ups to Agora, any additional games in the Agora universe have been a long time coming. They have been in our discussions since the very beginning of Anthony and my first discussions about the game, and especially the narrative of the game. So,
yeah, and there's, especially because Marcus answered this, and so we're talking about it now, there's going to be some good content on the Patreon in this week talking about this, sort of the reality of how we originally envisioned this project. So we technically started the company March 2018.
Yep.
And I'll say as an intro to all of those details, like we originally scoped or tried to scope Agora to be about a year's worth of effort from what we understood it at the time.
That was a smart decision we made there.
Yeah, and for a whole breakdown on why here we are in 2021 and there's no Agora release. We'll definitely be giving the patrons the deets. But yeah,
but don't worry, it's a good thing that there's no release, because the game is way better now than it ever has been. I'm like so impressed with how good the game is now compared to when we first.
Yeah, I'm really excited to show more about the gameplay, and then to have people actually play it. Celia is going to be on here next week, and what I have a gut feeling that people are going to get a lot more info about the development reality behind Agora based off of the questions she's going to ask and conversations we're going to say. We've already talked about it before. We've had multiple play tests already. Good. I cannot imagine what Agora would have been eventually whenever it was released if we did not have the play test, that UX process in place. So, Marcus, our plans after our Agora is published is to begin work on an Agora sequel.
Agora 2, whatever the name ends up being.
Yeah.
Probably not Agora 2, I'll tell you that.
Yes. Yeah. Probably not Agora 2. But honestly, if we partner with a good publisher, they're probably going to advocate hard for you have an established momentum and mind share behind Agora. Throw a 2 on there.
I mean, we could
or
do
maybe it'll be
Agora
like
2 with a subtitle. Like that's
right,
fine.
a subtitle. Yes.
But yeah,
yes.
and honestly, like the big reality, right? And Marcus alludes to this in a second question, but I think we'll get to that in a future podcast. But if the game does well enough for us to go full time, we're really excited to go whole hog on Agora 2 and give it a much shorter release window, hopefully, than this game. Get it out so that we can continue supporting the studio and growing it and continue working full time. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say on Marcus's question? Or are you good?
No, I think that's good.